3 days and 2 nights trip to Kyoto during the autumn foliage season. Day 3. December 2, 2023, Kyoto, Japan. On the morning of the third day, I went to a restaurant called Kyosaimi Nomura, which is about a 5-minute walk from Shijo subway station. I went there about 30 minutes before the store opened because it was crowded, but I was the first to go. But there was a line 10 minutes before the store opened, so I think it's a good idea to go early. I ordered a yuba bowl called yugozen and a set of 12 recommended Obanzai. It was served in a colorful glass bowl, and it was not only a taste but also a delight to the eyes. After eating breakfast, I returned to the Hotel The Blossom Kyoto where I was staying and checked out. From here, head to Gojo subway station. Gojo station has many stairs as shown in the photo on the upper right, and it is difficult that there are no escalators. From Gojo station, I took the subway to Kyoto station, and from there I took a bus to Kinkaku-ji. As you can see in the photo on the lower left, the bus is quite crowded, so I avoided it, but Kinkaku-ji Temple is difficult to access by rail, so I had to travel by bus here. It takes about 45 minutes by bus from Kyoto Station to arrive at the Kinkaku-ji bus stop. The bus stop is also crowded with students on school trips. We arrived around 10 o'clock. One of the 5 fires of Kyoto, which is held in the summer, is held around Kinkaku-ji Temple. It is about a 5-minute walk from the bus stop to the reception desk of Kinkaku-ji. The photo shows the shrine hall of Kinkaku-ji Temple. This building consists of 3 layers, the second and third layers are covered with pure gold foil over lacquer. The first layer is called Hojo, and it is made of white wood. The phoenix on the roof survived the fire in 1950 and is still the only relic of the Golden Pavilion at the time of its construction. The pond in front of the shrine is called Kyokochi Pond, and the image of the Kinkaku-ji Temple reflected in the pond is one of the highlights. Kinkaku-ji Temple has other attractions. The photo on the upper left is a waterfall called Longmen Falls, and when a carp climbs up the Longmen Falls, there is a carp fish stone, Ryosiki, named after the Chinese legend of the Dragon Gate, which is said to turn into a dragon. The photo on the upper right is a Fuji-type hand-washing bowl, which was used by Ashikaga Yoshimasa, the 8th shogun who built the Kinkaku-ji Temple. The bottom left of the photo is a premium Uji matcha soft-serve ice cream that was sold at the shop next to Kinkaku-ji. It is generously covered with gold dust and matcha powder. It was choked with a little powder, but it was delicious. We will leave Kinkaku-ji Temple around 11 o'clock. After Kinkaku-ji Temple, we will go through the Kinukake Road and go through Ryoanji Temple to Ninnaji Temple, which is a tour of 3 World Heritage Sites. It is said that the name Kinukake no Michi comes from the fact that Emperor Yuta hung silk on into Kinagasa to see the snow in midsummer. It is a historical road of about 2.5 kilometers. Around 11:50, we arrived at Ryoanji Temple. The autumn leaves are beautiful. The most famous feature of Ryoanji Temple is the rock garden. The 15 stones are skillfully arranged as a space that masters the beauty of Zen, attracting many tourists from all over the world. It is also called Hojo Garden and is designated as a special scenic spot in Japan. The autumn leaves that can be seen from behind the Tsukiji wall of the rock garden are also one of the highlights. There are other attractions besides the rock garden. One of them is the Fusuma painting of Unryuzu, which was painted by former Prime Minister Morihiro Hosokawa over a period of about 3 years. There are a total of 40 dragons, from the first dragon to the 9th, but during certain periods, you can see some of the dragon Fusuma paintings. The photo on the upper right is a low hand water bowl set up in the open area of a tea room. In order to purify the mind and body when attending the tea ceremony, this hand water bowl is named because when using this hand water bowl, the body is rounded and squatted in a kneeling position. It is said to be a donation by Prince Mito Mitsukuni. The autumn foliage around the Kyoyochi pond in the precincts of Ryoanji Temple is also stunning, and combined with the autumn leaves reflected on the surface of the water, a fantastic space is created. We arrived at Ninnaji Temple around 13 o'clock. The photo on the upper left is the Nyaman Gate of Ninnaji Temple. It is one of the three major gates of Kyoto and was built in the early Edo period. The name of the gate comes from the statues of Kongo wrestlers enshrined on the left and right sides of the gate. After crossing the Nyaman Gate, there is a palace, main temple, on the left. This is also called the former Imperial Palace, and it was built on the site of the palace of Emperor Yuta. In addition, the 7th game of the Shogi Dragon King battle is held here, and it is attracting attention because it is the stage. The palace is surrounded by two gardens, the South Garden and the North Garden, and buildings such as the White Library, the Shinden, the Black Library, and the Ryoanji Hall are connected by a corridor. The time was around 13:30, and we had lunch at the Japanese restaurant Brahma in Ninna-ji. I had Kyoten Zara udon. Our stomach is satisfied, and we will aim for the Golden Hall in the autumn leaves. The main shrine of the Golden Hall of Ninnaji Temple is Amida Sansen, and we can see the inside during special visits in spring and autumn. At the time of my visit, we were able to see the mural of the 5 great Ming kings in the photo on the lower left. This mural was painted in the late 17th century, but because it was in a dimly lit place with no light, the vivid colors of the time of creation remained. There is a facility called Reihokan in Ninna-ji that exhibits the treasures that Ninna-ji contains. The facility was built about 100 years ago, in 1927, and is open to the public in spring and autumn. This time, we also visited here. Around 15 o'clock, we left Ninna-ji. The nearest station to Ninnaji Temple is Amuro Ninnaji Station on the Arashiyama main line, Randen. It is a 2-minute walk from the Nyaman Gate of Ninnaji Temple, and you can see the station directly from the Nyaman Gate. From Amuro Ninnaji Station, I headed to Arashiyama by Randen. There is one transfer, and it takes about 20 minutes to arrive. The train is somewhat reminiscent of Inoden, but in fact, Randen is said to have a sister alliance with Inoden. The bottom two photos are Arashiyama Station. There were a lot of young people. We arrived at Arashiyama Station around 15:30. It was already getting a little dark. The photo on the upper left is very crowded with restaurants and souvenir shops around Arashiyama Station. The bottom two photos are of the Togetsu Bridge, a famous tourist spot in Arashiyama. The autumn leaves were also beautiful. This Togetsu Bridge is a historic bridge that symbolizes Kyoto and Arashiyama, and is named for its beautiful appearance that shines on a moonlit night. It is a sightseeing spot where you can enjoy the scenery of the 4 seasons. After seeing the Togetsu Bridge, I walked to Saga Arashiyama Station in time for the return bullet train. We arrived in about 15 minutes. At this point, it is about 16:30. Saga Arashiyama Station is also a transfer station for the trolley Saga, which is the starting station of the trolley train. Next time, I definitely want to ride it. The photo on the lower left is Kyoto Station. Departed at 1945, Nozomi number 52 returned to Tokyo. On the way back, I bought souvenirs at Kyoto Tower in front of Kyoto Station. I bought this souvenir at Kyoto Cotton Candy Specialty Store Zarami. The cotton candy was individually wrapped, light and easy to carry, so it was perfect as a handy souvenir. There was a wide variety of flavors, and the appearance was colorful and very good. Another souvenir is the cha no ka from Maru branch in Kitayama, Kyoto. It's a rich green tea longue de chat made with uji tea, sandwiched with a milky white chocolate. This flavorful treat is loved both domestically and internationally. I recommend it. With that, the third day of sightseeing in Kyoto comes to an end. If you like, please also watch the Kyoto trip I took during a winter business trip.